finished doing some great workouts for today. As you can see, we got a wrap here. We just finished a small little bag session. It's Tuesday, so I just finished doing, I say we because I have another channel, by the way. And that channel, we work out, play some games, do a little bit of everything, right? So basically, this is an introduction to this channel. This is the first of many podcasts or reaction. I'm gonna make some reaction videos too. So a lot of things is going on in the world. But today, I want to talk about accountability. Okay, accountability is like this world at this moment is very allergic to, right? Everybody wants to blame everybody else for their wrongdoings. Okay, stuff that they do. It's never your fault. And as long as you think it's never your fault, it's never going to change. And not only that, we're having people make excuses for these people. That's even the worst part. Okay, one thing is that person living with the delusion, but another is you. And that's where the problem lies. If these issues were corrected when these people were younger, well, guess what? They wouldn't have accountability issues. But you go on through life being accountable for everything you do, well, guess what? You're never going to be accountable. You're always going to think of somebody else's fault. And in the world right now, a lot of people are blaming just women. Oh, they're not accountable, bro. Oh, there's a lot of men out here that aren't accountable either, okay? This is why there's men that don't grow. And when I mean when they don't grow, I'm not talking about beard or anything, because you're going to grow in appearance, but mentally, are you going to grow? Okay? That is the epidemic that's plaguing the men. And I'm a man, so we're going to talk about men stuff. We're also going to talk about women stuff. Everybody, I'm going to be throwing rocks at everybody, okay? We're going to have smoke for everybody, no matter what. And it's not my job to make it accountable. It's just my job to let you know what you're doing wrong, as well as me. You could never come up to me and say, hey, you're doing this wrong, and I don't know it. I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay? I am my biggest critic. Question is, are you? The world is in a place right now. By the way, we're just wrapping our Star World, wrap right here. Epic, by the way. Feels real good. Made by Hajabusa. Amazing. We'll never buy another wrap. So with that said, back to what we were talking about. The world is an amazing place where excuses are making, its rounds. No matter the age, no matter the color, no matter what city, no matter what state, no matter what country. Okay? And what happens is, because a lot of people behavior, right? I've heard a lot of buzz and a lot of bullshit about behavior intelligence, behavior, whatever it is, bro. Let me explain something to you, man. If you didn't get this shit when you were younger, you ain't gonna get it now as an adult. Okay? I'm just gonna keep it a buck and 100. If them ass whoopings that you got as a kid didn't change you, you're not going to change. Okay? Behavior you learn as you get older. Okay? This is not the same behavior when you was younger. If you raised some kids and they changed, it doesn't mean that it's your fault. It is their fault. Once they become of age, this is why, like, for example, there's a thing, okay, yeah, people, you're a man when you hit 18, or you're a woman when you hit 18. If you look at kids' actions, that kind of takes that back, right? You think about it, you're like, wait a minute. So you're old enough, and let's be honest, dumb enough to make this mistake, then that means you was an adult, okay, to make those mistakes. Therefore, I think that if we try to nick this shit in the butt when these kids are 12, 13, and 11, I'm not saying do it by ass whoopings. Do it by being consistent. Consistency. Okay? And you will hear me talk about this in my other channel when I'm lifting. It's consistency. Right? Oh, how come you lift so much? How come you look the way you look? It's consistency. It's the process that I chose. Okay? And I stuck with it. I was consistent with it. Okay? In this world, just about half an hour ago, I was lifting and a guy comes by and he's like, lower your voice, right? A lot of you people don't know. This dude right here, just like many others, don't like me. You know why they don't like me? Because they don't lift as much as I do, and they don't see me here as much. There's a trick to lifting weights. There's a trick to getting stronger. There's a trick to looking. There's always a trick. There's always something. But you know what there isn't? Okay? There's not a trick to bypass consistency. Okay? You want something, you grind for it, you get it. That's how you do things. And you're not get it unless you're bullshitting. And you know what happens usually when you're bullshitting? It's because you haven't been made accountable. You have to stop and say, okay, well, how come I'm not like this? I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. So this is how I am, right? There's not a man in this world, and I'm saying men because I'm a man. I'm not a woman, right? And I'm no longer a kid. So there's not a man in this world that I envy. Do you know why? Because at any time I can say to myself, whatever he has, I can get. Okay, that's real talk, bro. Okay, whatever that person has, I can get, or even more and better. You have to have that mentality. A lot of people don't have that mentality. And again, what does that go to? You're not grinding enough. Okay, so I chose, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I chose to make, this is how I started my YouTube adventure. I made a gaming channel, right? And this was a vanity gaming channel, right? It was a channel to gain information. I wanted to know how people thought. And I told myself, I want to go to the most grimiest, toxic environment ever in the gaming. I want to know how and why these people tick. I want to know what keeps them, what kind of content they like and stuff like that. Guess where I went? I went to GTA 5. I learned a lot about what they like, what they don't like, the things that they say in their own community, do in their community and stuff like that, right? Because I didn't want to get surprised when I made my own, and I'm not. Yo, let me tell you something. My channel, Gym Church, that's what it is. You guys can go check it out. It's about me being in the gym and we're talking about different things. I have people that have been in my comment section that have told me, bro, you have helped me out when I was in my darkest times. And it's true. That has always been, and it always been like that. I can't tell you how many times I had dude call me in the middle of the night, bro, talking about, bro, I'm in a dark place, whatever. There I go. I'm gonna meet this person at the bar, bro, let's go. Okay? I will always be there for you, but I cannot hold your hand. Alright? If I have to hold your hand, I can't do it. You know why? Because I can't do it for you. It's up to you. We make excuses for people in this world. That's all we do. And in this other channel, I don't make excuses for people. What I am is a good person, and I help people, and people come in and we talk about all kinds of things, right? How is it that people are upset that I'm talking to a community? Do you know why? Because they're ignorant. Why are they ignorant? Because they don't know what's going on. You assume that I'm there, which I'm not even showing my muscles or anything. Hell, most of the time I'm in a hoodie. Like today I was in a hoodie, right? You know what that comes from? Them not looking in the mirror. Same thing with you, same thing with me. If I don't grind, right? But guess what I do? I look for reasons why I'm not there, right? But I don't look for others. I have a conversation with myself, like, bro, this ain't it. we got to change, right? We have to change. Change comes from within. But you know where I don't change, okay? And how I treat people if people treat me a certain way. I am very consistent, okay? As do you. If someone disrespects you, I'm not saying not defend yourself, right? But you have to remember this, bro, okay? You don't have to forget. You never forget, bro. You never forget. You know why? Because you forget and they do it again, it's on you. The first time it's on them. The second time is on you. You're meant to have boundaries, man. In this world, people don't have boundaries. People want to be so accepted nowadays that they let anybody come in their circle. And that's where most of the problems and the issues come. And when I mean people, I mean everything, even the media. Man, there's people out here eating all this shit the media is spilling. Okay? Some people in your own community. Really think about who these people are, bro, okay? Before you jump on the wagon. What has this person, let's say for example, there's a new politician that comes out, brand new spank, you never heard of this motherfucker. But all of a sudden, you start seeing these commercials, I swear to God, this person has done this for the community, whatever. If so, how come you never heard of this person? Fact check this shit, man, okay? Do not sit here and try to sit here and be on this person's side. Oh yeah, you never heard of this person, bro. I remember a long time ago, I was a kid, and there was a politician. Man, I probably was like 16, maybe 18. I don't know how young I was. I don't remember. And there was a politician, and he gave me his hand. Right? Actually, it was two of them. It was a man and a woman. And I'm from New York, bro, so, you know how that went, right? And he gave me his hand. I looked at him. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Oh, I'm probably this and that and whatever. I said, bro, I've never heard of you before. And that woman comes over. She said, well, we've been. I said, I've never heard of you before. Who are you? And I said, you're trying to tell me you're a person. You're doing this, you're doing that for the community, but I've never heard of you. Why is that? Crickets. Okay? Crickets. At the age of 18, I was smart enough to know what I know now. Now, that I apply it all the time? No, of course not. We're young. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to make... But one thing I didn't do was let other people influence what I thought. Okay? I don't let people influence me. I know what I see. And I know what I hear. Okay? Let me tell you something, man, about the streets. The streets knows. Now, they have changed. The streets are not the same that they used to be. I'm 48 years old, bro. Okay? The streets have definitely changed. Back in the days, nobody dared to say, oh, yeah, I heard gunshots or whatever. Yo, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gone. Okay? Yo, you can ask any OG on the block right now. When the news came, you didn't know shit. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know. Now, oh, yeah, he came through here and he whatever, bro. Try snitching on the news. Ain't nothing happened to them. Okay? It's a different world that we're living in right now. But please do one thing: take care of yourself and take care of your community. Now, there's not much you can do with the community. I mean, if people are complacent with the way things are and they want it like that and they love it like that and this is who they are too, well, guess what? It's never going to change. It will only change if the community itself says, you know what, man, we're tired of this, man. I'm tired of living like this. I myself moved, I remember. Okay? And I went to other communities. And other communities do have problems, bro, okay? But the problems that we face in our communities are communities that we're facing, okay? And we can change. But we can only change them if we allow changes, okay? These are the only changes that I think that we should allow in our life, if they're positive. If it's a negative one, no, bro, don't let nothing influence you, right? Unless it's for the betterment of you and your community, especially your kids, bro. If you got kids, you can accept less than, okay? I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart that you as a person, as a human being, should never accept less. Okay? In life, in your job, anything. That's part of the process. So when I close Gym Church, you know what I say? When I say, please trust the process. A lot of people don't know what that means. And they shouldn't, because the process, my process is different than yours. And there's always going to be different than yours. Right? My process for me is what I do every day. It changes. And then it doesn't. I allow certain things to change, but then in reality, certain things do not change. The way I work out, my intensity, that never changes. Okay? I'm very, very strong. But you know what I do? Okay? I go ahead and I check it. Okay? What I do is I tell myself, hey, I'm going to do this and this today. You know what I do? I don't deviate. Even if it's less weight, bro, okay? You gotta be consistent, adamant, and you have to grind, right? So part of the grind is getting up and getting out. Bro, do you not know that when my alarm clock goes off, I'm up? Right? You know what I do? The first thing when I get up, okay, I'll put on Arnold, the way he used to talk back in the days, talking about the same thing, the alarm. As soon as he said, as soon as my alarm went off, as soon as I got up, no phone, nothing, I got up, okay? And I had to do what I had to do. That is the secret to life. Are you ready to get up and to get going? Once you're up, there's people that sleep 8, 10, 12 hours a day. Bro, yo, do you? But once you're up, what are you going to do? Are you going to waste away? You know what I'm saying? Are you? Okay? No, you shouldn't. I remember when I was younger, bro, I used to drink with people drinking in the corners and shit. And man, because you could, you know, it wasn't like, you know, people were gonna come and try to shoot you and shit like that, like it is now. Bro, look at that. Boom. Look at that. All the veins. Dedication, baby. Right? Dedication. Always be happy with your results. Why? Because you're grinding in life. So anyway, I remember being that one person, right? Bro, if there's a dude out here that tells you, bro, I wasn't a Chad, a Pookie, or Ray, or Miguel, Jose, or fucking whatever, or Lang, whatever, bro, because every nationality has one. Don't let it get twisted. Or Rodrigo, fucking whatever, okay? That's a lie. Yo, when you grow up, you're going to be something as you grow up, right? When you're a kid, it's a transformation. I don't know about girls because I'm not a girl. I'm a man, right? I'm a dude, right? And I didn't say I'm that dude. I'm just a dude, right? So you have to take that into context, what I'm saying. We all grow up, but once you grow up, well, what are you going to be, bro? Are you going to be in Neverland your whole life, man? And then you also got to remember, when you include kids in the equation, bro, you got to grow up even faster, okay? All right, and we're going to get into those hard talks. This is just me letting you guys know how I think, okay? And this is just straight up me and you guys, right? I'm putting this out just like this. There's going to be no editing, nothing. It's me and you, okay? And if it hurts and you want to be like, I don't like what this guy's saying, good. Okay? Good. The hard truth hurts. But hopefully one day you say to yourself, you know what? Damn, bro. Man, this motherfucker was right. Or you could say, you know what? I wasn't feeling what he's saying, but now I understand. Whatever. Or one day if you don't give a fuck to even give me the enlightenment, you know what I'm saying? The kudos or whatever. But fucking change one day, bro, okay? Because nothing is given in this earth. Everything is earned. And there's a lot of people that get shit for free, okay? That get stuff for free. It is not earned. But you know what happens when disaster happens? They can't go back. Essence. Let me tell you something, okay? let's switch that. I was gonna say something, but let's go back to this. Let's say, for example, I built a company from the ground up, and now I'm a millionaire, right? Jose wins the lotto, and he's a millionaire. I won't respect Jose. You know why I won't respect Jose as a millionaire? I'll respect him as a person, but as a millionaire, not. Do you want to know why? Because as soon as Jose spends that $1 million, which he will, guess what happens? He doesn't have the ability to make it because it was given to him. It was not earned. Okay? You have to earn everything in life, my man. Okay? Everything in life is earned. Okay? And now that I'm looking at myself, this is the first time, that I've been like this. So I'm really looking at myself as I'm talking to you guys. Not bad. 40 years old, not bad. That's what you have to understand. Okay? I will have a hard time sitting down with this person and really having that one-on-one talk, because everything that comes out of this person's mouth is just gibberish, because we're not the same. Okay? I've earned it, you haven't. It's the same thing here. When I made Gym Church, I call myself the one-on-one. And why is that? A lot of people won't. They don't why the one-on-one? Because it's the whole process that I take to do things from the beginning to the end. A lot of people don't do. Okay? The way I eat clean as fuck. I just made chicken and rice. No oil, no nothing, plain. Ask how many people can do that. Day in, day out, week after week, month after month, year after year. Okay? If you sit down and have a conversation with me about lifting, it's not the same. Dieting, it's not the same. It's hard for me. And that could be maybe to my fault. Okay, well, and again, that's why I tell you guys that I know when to have that conversation with myself and make myself accountable. Okay? But with that said, though, how do I get there? Grind, discipline, accountability, those type of things. A lot of people, those words, those keywords that a lot of people don't want to have. That's where emotional intelligence comes to the picture, because they use that as an excuse. Okay? Oh, emotional. I believe in my heart that emotions and feelings, smack that shit out of the equation. Why? Let me ask you a question. Out of all the shit that's happening in this country, what is it for? Not for, but why? Because someone feels a certain way about a certain topic or something that affects them or something. They can't take themselves out of the equation and say, I'm going to the left, I'm not going to keep going straight. That's what it's all about. Your feelings is what gets you somewhere. How many shootings are going on right now? How many babies are getting killed all over the place because of feelings? Somebody says something to you that they're not supposed to, or whatever offends you, whatever, you go get a gun, come back and you shoot them. That's feelings, okay? That has nothing to do with anything else but your feelings, okay? I take feelings out of the equation, okay? If someone tells you, let me put it to you like this. So when that person earlier told me, lower your voice, I knew who I was dealing with, because I haven't said anything to him. But I remember a few months ago, it was actually sometime last year, I was doing some deadlifts, and he came, he was, can I do some? And I was like, sure, whatever. He did some. Granted, I can do way more than that. He was struggling with those, but I just left it like that, whatever. Then when I added some more weight, he didn't come. Okay, he didn't come to do it. Once I kept adding the other 45s, no, he avoided it. Right? So now he comes, and he feels some type of way. And I've seen him in here, as I've been working out. Always keep an eye out, just in case, you never know. It's a crazy world. You never know how someone feels, and they may do something to you. you know, and he's trying to kind of like outlift me, knowing them well that, bro, I'm doing the whole rack. There's no outlifting, you know. Bro, you've already lost. The moment you feel like you have to outdo me, you have already proven me the winner. And that's the way you need to think about life, okay? If someone takes time out of their day to try to make you feel a certain way, uncomfortable, put you down, whatever, you already won. This is what you have to understand. You already, just walk away, okay? You don't have to come and do anything, whatever, bro. Okay, you got it, bro. Just keep going. They keep talking, cool. Keep going. Because guess what? You can't take it back if you say something to them and they kill you. Then you leave kids, moms, because of words, because of feelings. Bro, walk away. I've done it plenty of times, like I just did right now. Bro, let me explain something to you, man. I am very strong. I'm very sure I could pick dude up on one hand, slam his ass. But for what? What do I win by doing that? A trip to jail? Because we all know I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to be looked at as the aggressor. It's just you have to think about it like that. You have to say to yourself, okay, in a certain incident, if something happens, who are they going to look at that way? Regardless of color. This is how you got to think, okay? You're the one that gave him the ass whooping. So they can say, okay, well, you were defending yourself. If he hits me, I'm going to defend myself. But I'm not going to trash the person. I'm just going to really pick him up, slam them, turn them around, and hold their hands behind their back. That's simple. Now, that slam is going to be that slam. I ain't getting up from that. Okay? I'm quick, I'm fast, and I'm strong. But I'm not going to DOA you. Fun fact, 130 pounds dumbbells upstairs. Used them before. Man, don't even faze me. They don't faze me so much as that I'm not even worried about them. That's the quiet person, and the person that you see that's just working out is the one that you need to fear. The dude that, whatever. No. Okay? Remember, guys, eye on the prize, trust the process. That's what you do when you're in the gym. Do you, don't worry about nobody else. But then again, remember, look at what I'm doing right now. If I would have gotten an interaction when that fella, I would have been downstairs dealing with the police and all this shit, not talking to you guys, not going to work, not having a good day. I'm going to have an awesome day. Why? Because I'm making it that way. I chose to say, you know what? You good. Okay? Actually, you guys can actually go watch the stream. And you'll see that another guy was like, oh, don't worry about him or whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm not. I just ignored him. That's it, very calmly. And I kept talking about what I was talking about. The thing is, what you have to understand is this, and I'm going to be honest with you, and this is for men. I call myself the one-on-one because I do what I do at the age of 48, and the way I look without steroids and without TRT. Okay? When you're on TRT or you're on steroids, you're going to feel some type of way about some stuff. If I was on steroids or maybe on TRT, that situation would have ended up another way. Okay? I don't allow myself to do that. I have tried so many pre-workouts. You know how I eliminate my pre-workouts? Or how the pre-workout makes me feel and think. If your pre-workout makes you think that you can tear up the world, that's the wrong one for you, because you're not in control. I like to be in control. My pre-workout has to do one thing for me, not many others, right? When your pre-workout is not a substitute for you to do 5 more reps. Okay? Pre-workout is to give you a little bit more energy. If you're relying on it, then you're doing everything wrong. At least in my mind, that's the way I do it. When I do a PR, I don't drink pre-workout because I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to come from me. So what I'll do is I'll get off. Let's say, for example, I say to myself, well, today is Friday, and I want to do a PR for chest. You know what I'm going to do? As soon as I'm done that day, that Friday, I'm going to say next Friday, I'm going to do my PR. That's the last day that I use my pre-workout. Then I go in 7 days without the pre-workout, and I do my PR. That's why I look the way I do, right? I choose to go the hard way. I don't choose the easy way for anything, okay? Easy is the easy way out. You look, you act, everything about you says easy. The way you walk, the way you talk, everything, okay? If you're a man, you're supposed to look, act, sound, all of the above like a man, right? Because let's be honest, if shit goes down today, we have no lights, no water. Let's say we have some water, right? But we have to start all over again. Hey, please explain to me. How many men are going to be useful right now? How many men are going to be useful to do anything? I've done construction, so I'm very useful. I know how to use my hand. I know how to use a lot. I know how to read plans. I know how to do all these things. I taught myself all that because I had a second job. And in my second job, you know what I did? Okay? I was a laborer. Not only was I a laborer, I also had office jobs. I did all kinds of things to make sure I knew a little bit about everything. If this world ever goes to shit, I'm going to have a place. Right? You other motherfuckers, you're going to be back there cleaning dishes and shit like that because there's no way I'm taking you out there on a hunting party or the war. You're useless. You're weight. Okay? What am I going to do with you? Can't shoot, can't fight, nothing. Prepare yourself. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen. I'm just saying, be a man. I play video games myself, and with that said, I got to 6% fat last year. Boom. See that? That's crazy. Streaming from the gym, waking up at 3:45 in the morning. Yo, the gym didn't open till 5, and I was there before 4:30, standing outside, ready to grind. What the fuck was you doing? People, this is why I say, people that don't do what you do would be the first ones to sit here and talk shit about you. Do not let them do that to you. How? You just avoid them. Okay? Not saying that people are not like you. That's not what I'm saying. But once you notice that someone is not about that life and you guys don't have that same, bro, it's time for you to be like, yo, I'm gone. Hi, bye, whatever. But yo, we're not the same, bro. And that we don't have the same mentality. Associate with those that want it and that grind as much as you do. It's hard for me to find someone that grinds as much as I do. Okay? I love the grind. There's nothing in this world that I love more than grinding. Okay? It is part of my life, of my fabric. The day I die, people are going to say, this dude right here, there wasn't a minute this dude didn't grind. Everything about me is grinding. The way I walk, the way I talk, everything I do is grinding. Okay? And it's not that I think I'm better than other people, because that's what some of you are going to think. Is I prepare myself. That's it. I didn't say prepare myself better. I just said I prepare myself. I prepare myself for what life has, or life is going to shoot my way. Life is going to give me. Okay? I allow 5 seconds for an issue to even stay in my brain. Oh, okay. I'm going to do this with it. That's it. You think I sit there and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm going to dwell on this? No, bro, never. I never give anything more than 5 seconds. I acknowledge there's a problem, and then I'm looking for how to fix it. Okay? Oh, there's an unexpected bill. Okay, let me think about it. Bam, solution. You train it, because then this way you don't have it. How can you're missing time. We're going to talk about this in another video. Time is the only, because we're about to wrap this up. Time is the only thing in the world you can never get back. I just talked about this on my other channel. Time. You can't get it back. Yo, you can, that car that you had when you were 16, that first car, you can buy it again if it hasn't been crushed. You can find it, buy it, you can have it back. Certain things you can have back that you had before. You can buy another one, right? You can't do that with time, okay? And the older you get, the more valuable time is, believe it or not, because you're running out of time, okay? A lot of people don't come with that reality. Bro, you're running out of time, okay? Because when then you retire, that's when everything hits you and you start thinking about it. All the things that you did and that you didn't do. And then when you're on your deathbed, oof, all right? And you know, oh man, I only have like 24 hours or maybe even less, and you got that shit, and you're breathing deep. What do you think you're thinking about? You're thinking about the shit that you did that you never did. The stuff that you did, that you wasted your time, and the stuff that you should have done. That's what you're gonna be thinking about, bro. Okay? How you wasted your time. If you're young, stop wasting your time. Get on your grind, do what you gotta do. And there's plenty of streamers, podcasters that would tell you this and you're not paying attention. It is 100% true. Stay on your grind, do what you gotta do. All right, guys. Thank you for being here with me. I don't know what format we're really gonna have. This is the first one. The first of its kind for me. And I wanted to do it raw, in the moment, because that's how I do my streams. My streams are, I don't usually do podcasts or record or whatever. I usually do it live when I talk to people. So this is why I wanted to keep it this way. Perfect interaction between you and I in the raw. If I make a mistake, you get to see it. If I say something, you get to see it. There's no editing or anything. And I'm gonna get better as we keep going. And hopefully one day we'll have enough audience where we can actually have, okay, a stream live, right, when we talk about these things, because I don't talk about these things in the other channel. Maybe a snippet here and there, but that's about it. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. This is the 101. Please trust the process, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.